Hello, and welcome to a closer look at Quality Matters Standard 2 Learning Objectives. Learning objectives are competencies describe what learners will be able to do upon completion of the course. Why is this important? Because the learning objectives are competencies establish a foundation upon which the rest of the course is based. The first standard, Quality Matters 2.1, states the course learning objectives or course program competencies describe outcomes that are measurable. Verbs like state, summarize, list, write, and construct are all visible and able to assess, where verbs like understand, know, learn, remember, or memorize are not accessible. Time for a pop quiz. When I say go, press stop, look at the objective, decide which are measurable, then press play and you'll see the answers. Go! The next standard, Quality Matters 2.2, states the model unit learning objectives or competencies describe outcomes that are measurable and consistent with the course level objectives or competencies. The course objective or competency is a big goal that you want your students to master by the end of the course, whereas your module objective or competency is a smaller broken down step of what you want your student to master by the end of the module, the week, or unit. This is an example of a course objective or competency. Upon completion of the course, learners will be able to apply the rules of punctuation. Here you will see that the module objectives for the original course objective are broken down into smaller weekly objectives. So you have learners will write sentences, learners will use apostrophes, learners will use double and single quotation marks, all relative to the original goal. Next we have learning objectives and competencies are stated clearly, are written from the learner's perspective, and are prominently located in the course. Objectives should be written clearly so that learners can understand them without any unnecessary jargon. Your course unit objectives can be listed on your syllabus, and your module unit competencies or objectives can be placed online. Quality Matters Standard 2.4 states the relationship between learning objectives or competencies and learning activities is clearly stated. How do you clearly state the relationship between learning objectives and activities? Well, you could just make a statement after each activity, or create a weekly module overview page at the start of each module, like the one listed below or on the next slide. You can use a chart or you can use the bullet list to meet this standard. Either form of the overview will work to help show the relationship between your activities and objectives, and you can save a lot of time by downloading the template into your Canvas course. And finally, Quality Matters Standard 2.5, the learning objectives or competencies are suited to the level of the course. When designing appropriate learning objectives, consider the level of your course. Lower level courses should have objectives that are geared to the level of the students. They should not be too difficult, and vice versa. The upper level courses should not be too easy. They should be challenging. Models like Bloom's taxonomy can be used to classify educational learning objectives into levels of complexity. Lower level classes would start at the bottom of the spectrum with remembering, understanding, applying. Upper level classes would go up to the analyzing, evaluating, and creating stages. In your lower level classes, you would use action verbs such as list, explain, or classify. And some of the assessments might be discussion boards, concept maps, posters, or tests. In your higher level courses, you could use action verbs such as analyze, evaluate, create, and some of your assessments can be build a business plan, do research, build a portfolio, or do a case study. These are higher level tasks. And that's a closer look at Quality Matters Standard 2. Join us next time for a closer look at Quality Matters Standard 3. I'm Doreen Pina, the Instructional Designer in the Office of Faculty Development, and I thank you for your time.